Hello and welcome to the 2020 Paramount Open presented by Caddie Disc Golf. The Paramount Open is played at the Paramount Disc Golf Course, a 9-hole course designed by yours truly. It is the only tournament that I've played this year so far because of COVID-19, and I am the only player. So there's some stats. Let's get ready for the action. Hole 1, 116 feet, 35 meters. This hole plays similar to an island in that the landing strip that you have is the grass directly ahead. All concrete is out of bounds, including where the basket sits. So if you do not land in the grass or your putt spits out of the basket and lands back on the concrete, you are taking an OB penalty stroke. Off the tee, I am taking my D-Line P3X. Got a bit of a tailwind, so I'm just lofting it high and letting the wind push it and hope I stay in bounds. I've done just that. We're starting off with a birdie. Hole 2, 132 feet, 40 meters. This is also a par 3. Little spoiler for you, every hole on this course is a par 3. It's a shorter course. Anyhow, back to hole 2 here. All concrete in the driveway that you see here is out of bounds, so this is playing like an island hole. The grass located on the right that you might have saw is where the drop zone is if you do not make the island. Hopefully you don't end up there. Off the tee, taking my D-Line P3X, little hyzer, got no hyzer on it. Sliding all the way out of bounds and moving to the drop zone. In an attempt to save my par, it's not the putt you want and did not execute. So following a birdie with a bogey. Hole 3, 120 feet, 37 meters. OB left concrete, and there's also a fence maybe 55, 60 yards to the right. Not too easy to find. You've got my neighbor's car, you've got my neighbor's boat. So less than ideal situation if you hit those, but fortunately the hole is short enough that a technical putter type shot will do the trick. Really just trying to get through the tunnel without hitting anything I shouldn't, even if it means taking a par. Here I'm throwing my Tactic by Discmania, and I executed it perfectly. Made the gap, almost to the circle, have a putt for 2, hit the chains high, walking away with a 3. Hole 4, 192 feet, 59 meters. This is actually the longest hole on the Paramount Disc Golf Course. Concrete to the right, concrete to the left, both out of bounds, vehicles on both sides. Really, my only thought here is to take a fairway driver, throw it up the gut, and try to get near the basket without hitting any vehicles. The pin is positioned on a very small mound directly in the center of 2 of these pine trees. So really the play is either a high hyzer shot over the vans and over the OB right, or you can take a forehand and just flick it right up the gut. But I'm not too warmed up here, so I don't know that the forehand is right for me. Taking the G-Line FD, just trying to get it high hyzer. Did not do that. In fact, I did the one thing I didn't want to do, and I hit a van. But don't be concerned. No damages, no dents. And we're moving on with a par. Hole 5, 130 feet, 40 meters. This hole is a pretty routine shot. With a little bit more challenge, the pine tree on the left is a mandatory. You must play to the right of the pine tree, almost like a tunnel shot without a ceiling. Really, the play here is to take a putter or mid-range, something that you can throw straight and controlled and get as close to the basket as possible. In my hand is my P-line P1. Unfortunately and fortunately, I turned it over just a little bit, got a double skip off the building, almost aced it, have a fairly routine putt for birdie, and we're back on the birdie train. Hole 6, 174 feet, 53 meters. This is a true low ceiling tunnel shot. Located just to the right of the shot right now is a pile of thorns, so ending up there is less than ideal. The goal here is to take a putter or a mid-range and throw it controlled and low and push as far forward as possible, just trying to stay on the fairway. If I walk away without a birdie on this hole, I'm not going to be upset. Really does require a touch shot, and a 3 is going to be just fine. Taking my Luster MD and grip locking it into the tree 20 feet off the tee, kicking me to the right. Not the way to play this hole. I've got my tactic in hand, really just trying to get back to the fairway, and I've done just that. Circle 2 action, trying to save the par. And with a little help from nature, I've done just that. Hole 7, 140 feet, 43 meters. This shot is slightly uphill with a low ceiling. So not only do you want to keep the disc low, but you want to keep it slightly nose up so that it can work up against the hill. The basket is tucked in this tunnel along the wood line. You've got bushes to the right. Being in those bushes would be less than ideal. Not the most comfortable second shot, but if you can get your mid-range or your fairway to hold a hyzer line, then chances are you're going to get up near the basket and have a potential putt for the birdie. Here I'm throwing a C-Line MD3 and letting go of it way flatter than I wanted to. Fortunately, just staying out of the bushes, but not setting myself up for an easy birdie. And the results speak for themselves. Low ceiling here, drop into the knee. So far bogey free, trying to stay on that train. And we are moving on. Hole 8, 96 feet, 29 meters. This hole plays slightly downhill, so truthfully it plays probably more like 65, 70 feet. Some of the best jump putters in the game, actually some of the best putters in the game, could just normal putt this hole and not even have to drive. Jump putting isn't necessarily in my skill set, so I am going to be vouching for the alternative, which is a standstill shot with my P-Line P1. Let go of it a little late, but the glide on that sucker let it hyzer out. We've got a putt inside of circle 1 for the 2, and we cashed it. The final hole is the shortest hole on the Paramount Disc Golf Course, 83 feet, 25 meters. That tree to the right that we just passed and that tree that we're passing right now on the right are both mandatory lefts. You have to stay to the left side. If you don't, there's concrete over there as well that acts as out of bounds. And the basket is perched up in this tight little wood line. So although a short technical hole to end, definitely a difficult green to get to. I'm taking the razor claw on the forehand line. Unfortunately, I put it a little higher than I wanted to, and am now dealing with the consequences with this circle's edge putt to finish my round. Could not execute. I'm going to have quite the tester of a comeback putt because there's branches right at my waist, but cashing it in. Moving on to the final results of the Paramount Open. Yours truly shot a minus 252 total, cashing nothing because, well, this isn't a real tournament, guys. Sorry. Hey everybody, if you've made it this far, thank you so much. I had a ton of fun filming and editing this video. The course was super short, but I made do with the space that I had. Huge shout out to my wife for filming the shots, and to everybody wondering about the van. The van is okay. No dents, no marks, nothing. Although I will say I felt awful when that happened because that was the one hole that I had a feeling it could happen on, and it happened. Anyhow, all is good there. If you liked this video, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. Go ahead and drop a comment letting me know which of the 9 holes were your favorite holes. And for more videos in the future, go ahead and subscribe.